राम लक्ष्मण हनुमान की जय। लक्ष्मी नरसिंहदेव भगवान की जय। श्री लक्ष्मीपाल की जय। समावेत भक्तवृंद की जय। शिव पावन हरिनाम संकीर्तन की जय। नटराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की श्री गुरु श्री गौरांग ज्ञानतिमिरन्दस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपः कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकम्। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरुं श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरुं वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगण रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं स्थानैकं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सहगण ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च नमः विष्णुपादाय कृष्णाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिनिति नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषशून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशधारिणे नमो महावदन्याय कृष्णप्रेमप्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्णचैतन्यनाम्ने गौरकृष्णे नमः। हे कृष्ण करुणा सिन्धो दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिकान्त राधाकान्त नमोऽस्तुते। तप्तकाञ्चन गौराङ्गी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। नीलाचलनिवासाय नित्याय परमात्मने वरदहृष्टनाथाय ते नमः। श्रीरामं दशरथात्मजमप्रमेयं सीतापतिं रघुकुलान्वयरत्नदीपम् आजानुबाहुवरविन्ददलायताक्षं निशाचरविनाशकारं नमामि। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौरभक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। भगवते वासुदेवाय। नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततोजयमुदीरये नष्टप्रायेषु भद्रेषु भागवत सेवया भवत्युत्तमश्लोके भवति नैष्ठिकी। कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय देवकी नंदनाय च गोपकुमाराय गोविन्दाय नमो नमः। You can see from the visual landscape. So, very happy to see so many bright good faces there in the morning. All together. तत्र कीर्तयतो विप्रा विप्रर्षेर्भूरि तेजसः अहं चाद्यगमं तत्र निविष्टस्तत् अनुग्रहात् सोऽहं वः श्रावयिष्यामि यथाधीतं यथामति So children can sit here. Children can go. Children get more place. How the children go there? तत्र कीर्तयतो विप्रा विप्रर्षेर्भूरि तेजसः अहं चाद्यगमं तत्र निविष्टस्तत् अनुग्रहात् सोऽहं वः श्रावयिष्यामि यथाधीतं यथामति Two devotees can say. One Prabhuji and Mother.
अहं चाद्यगमं तत्र निविष्टस्तदनुग्रहात् सोऽहं वश्रावयिष्यामि यथाधीतं यथामति तत्र कीर्तयतो विप्रा विप्रर्षेर्भूरि तेजसः अहं चाद्यगमं तत्र निविष्टस्तदनुग्रहात् सोऽहं वश्रावयिष्यामि यथाधीतं यथामति
Translation. All honored Brahmanas, when Shukadeva Goswami recited the Bhagavatam there in the presence of Emperor Parikshit, I heard him with rapt attention. And thus, by his mercy, I learned the Bhagavatam from the great and powerful sage. Now I shall try to make you hear the very same thing as I learned it from him and as I have realized it. So what is the highlight word here? Vishtas. That's Anugraha. I heard him with rapt attention. So here is Shukadeva Goswami speaking about Bhagavatam to Parikshit. But in the same assembly, Sutta Goswami is also sitting. Also. Because he was very attentive hearer. Therefore, he could later on speak. So, in the purport to this verse, Prabhupada says, hearing with rapt attention is very important. Because when we sit in a Srimad Bhagavatam class, sometimes the mind is having a separate program going on, some lamentation of something that happened which is not pleasing to us. Or sometimes we get the plan making for what I will do during the day, or what I will do during the week or the next month or something. Or sometimes the mind is thinking about the speaker and his qualification. The mind makes comparison of the speaker with other speakers. And mind thinks, I wish class gets over faster. So many thoughts go in the mind, stray thoughts. The mind is having its own running commentary. Just like the cricket running commentary. Like that. So one should restrain the mind from running hither and thither like a monkey. Withdraw it from external wandering and then keep it fixed on the message that is being spoken. So, therefore, in Bhagavatam you will see, the importance of the speaker, mood of the speaker, the mood of the hearer, the ambience. All those things are given a lot of importance in Bhagavatam. So, In this purport, Prabhupada says, who can hear with rapt attention? He throws light on that. He says that one who is pure in mind can hear with rapt attention. Then he's asking the question, who is pure in mind? Then he says, one who is pure in habits, he is pure in mind. Then he's asking, who is pure in habits? And then he says, one who is pure in the activities of eating, sleeping, mating, and depending. So, pure in eating habits means eating only prasad that we all know, but also eating that which is sanctioned, sanctified, and regulated. That is pure eating. Because if we eat in an irregulated way, even prasad can be detrimental to our progress. Like overeaters go to sleep and they don't do seva. Or overeaters get belly diseases and they have to spend time curing their body. So one has to eat in a regulated way. Similarly, so we have to eat to live, not live to eat. Once Prabhupada was telling Samaksham Maharaj, Sunday feast was cooked by some devotees and it was so delicious, devotees only finished it in the morning. They had to cook second time afterwards. The devotees ate so heavy, they all were lying flat in the loft. And Prabhupada went up and saw they were all sleeping, snoring. Prabhupada said, look at these guys, they ate to die. Prabhupada said, find a third thought, not live to eat and eat to live, they ate to die. So, overeating devotees don't perform so much while the devotion service. So, that was about eating. Then sleeping also. Sleeping should be effective so that when you get up in the morning you feel fresh. You are like a freshly blossomed flower, not that you are drowsy and dull and in semi-state of consciousness or hallucinating. So one has had a Township. Recently I was asking, how many of you are satisfied with your sleep? So looking at teachers, only one or two raised their hand in a big classroom. Really? You don't feel satisfied with your sleep? He said, no, we lie down, but we are not satisfied. Because just like in a computer, when multiple files are open and you close it, next day morning you take the computer, it is hot like a frying pan. If anybody has experience, that means because files are open and you didn't properly shut it down. Similarly, multiple files are open in the night when you go to sleep. So mind is going here, there, and dreaming, hallucinating, morning you get a 5-star blood shot. So you are not slept well. So one should have a sound sleep. So this also requires dutiful yet detached approach in life. You can read 18.24 verse Bhagavad Gita. Krishna uses 3 words there. He says Kamepsuna Bahulayasam. That is another word he is using. Kamepsuna means fruity mentality. Bahulayasam means enormous endeavor, struggle for success and fulfilling one's ambitions. That is another word he is using. There is one more word also, and you can find out that for 18.24 Bhagavad Gita. Sa ahankarena, correct. Sa ahankarena. These 3 things should be given up, then only you can get good sleep. Kamepsana means too much spiritual mentality. Somebody is appealing for meat exam, and the person is asking, what if I don't get? What if you don't get? There are so many other options in life. It's not that this is the only thing for you. So people become extremely fruitive in mind. Although Krishna repeatedly says Karmanyavadhikaraste, operation for that. So being very fruitive and sa ahankarena, considering oneself as self-important and without me things cannot go. I am very important. I am the first one to do this. Nobody else can do this. And ideas like that. And Bahulaya also, enormous endeavor. Endeavor is good. Like 8 hours Prabhupada says in the 7th canto. There is one verse which he says, 8 hours of work if you do, whatever you earn is your fate. What is written? Beyond that, whatever you work is Bahulaya, as Prabhupada says. Anyway, that's another subject. But the point is, our sleeping is for keeping ourselves healthy to serve Krishna. Not oversleep like a polar bear, not undersleep and having bloodshot eyes. So we need adequate sleep and very sound sleep so that we sleep peacefully and wake up enthusiastically in the morning. And then give our body, mind, body for Krishna service. And then, so eating, sleeping, mating, many purposes is for creating children and raising them in Krishna consciousness. And not for just enjoying the pleasure of union. And then defending, unnecessarily we should not cross with any living entities in this world. If I pinch my neighbor and keep sit like this, he is not going to leave me. He will also pinch me. So therefore, it's best that we unnecessarily don't injure other living entities by sarcastic speech or sharp speech or by unnecessarily bad mouthing or leg pulling, backbiting and all that. So we avoid unnecessarily offending the living beings. Then we can be peaceful. Also we can be peaceful if we can ignore the dualities. Shita, Ushna, Sukha, Dukkha, Mana, Apamana. Not become too much disturbed by them, but keep our focus on Krishna's lotus feet. Then defending will be minimal. If we are too much going to be bothered by dualities. Like for example, one boy in a family wants to marry some girl from some other intercaste marriage. So his sister, mother and father were disturbed. But mother and father sometimes became passive. Other sister, brother, disturbed. So sometimes you see people do things not as per your expectation. Or people don't give you respect. And if you have expectation or respect, it is very breaking, painful. That is all coming in dualities. Man, apaman. Similarly, you expect somebody to do something and they don't do it, you get very pain. So if we are going to focus on dualities, our attention on Krishna's service will be deviated. So therefore, to avoid any distraction and keep attention, we need to keep dualities far away, not bother too much about them, because we shouldn't identify with the world. We should know that this is coming and going. Agama, apayano, and it's a temporary thing. Here today, gone tomorrow. So keeping away from the dualities and not injuring other divinities, ahimsa. So by following these things, we can keep our attention on Krishna very nicely, peacefully. Then the defending will be minimal. So then eating, sleeping, waiting, defending, if we keep it pure, then we have pure habits. And the four related principles also we follow. Pure habits. So pure habits leads to pure mind. And pure mind leads to rapt attention. So, see, in chanting of the holy name also, many devotees say that my mind is racing with so many plans and so many thoughts and so many anxieties and so many worries and there was one video produced by Krishna on how not to chant the holy name. They have shown some 30 ways how not to chant. You go to YouTube and ask them for a video. How not to chant, immediately you get the video. So you can see that. They are very humorous video it is. They have shown how bike japa, newspaper japa, and smartphone japa, they have shown. The whole idea is distracted chanting is like a lens without focus. It's like you can't burn a paper or cotton. You can't burn away the impurities in the mind if you are not concentrated. So we have to peacefully sit in one place and just close your eyes and attentively try to hear Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So the early morning hours are best. So you all are coming together every day. Very good habit. See, I will show you. You can just video. Attentively watch this video and tell me what you learned. Your deer is drinking water, you see. Looks like alright now, everything is alright, correct? Huge company. Now again they will show in slow motion. Now again they will show in slow motion what happened. See. See. What are you see? Amazing, no? So why I showed you this? When I first saw this, it appeared like, everything is alright, right now. Imagine if any of us were just go and put our mouth and drink water and go. Do you expect anything? Because you don't see any crocodile. So, but you can see the flips again, you find how the crocodile attacked you, saw that. And it is not that coming near and checking whether can I eat you or something. Just like it's coming out of the water. It was swallowed the deer, but what a reflex action. So, for these creatures like deer, attentiveness has to be so high, otherwise they will lose their life. What happens to us human beings, if we are not attentive in japa, then we lose the flight back to Godhead. Then we are born again. Then again we have to cleanse our consciousness, to get an opportunity to again purify. So, many times we see that non-devotees, as we say, I don't really like the word non-devotees, we call them potential devotees, who are likely to become devotees in future. So they oftentimes don't know the importance of the weekly classes to come regularly, but follow them up right now, oftentimes. In the same manner, His Holiness Sachividas Maharaj writes that the devotees do not know the importance of human form of life seriously, and the opportunity we have received in this life for doing sadhana, where we can chant the holy name with attentiveness and rapt attention. The golden opportunity is there. So, Ayur Harati Vaikuntham, Buddhyam Nastam Chayana Sau, Tasyarate Kshanoni Uttamashitotavati. That verse says, the rising and setting of the sun, one day is removed from my lifespan. And like that, every day, one day is being removed. So, the opportunity that we have for perfecting life gradually runs out by the time the death approaches us. So, therefore, one should not waste any time. Ayusha Kshana Ekopi, Nalabhya Sarana Kotipi. Chanakya says, one moment you should spend a gold coin. Imagine you have some gold coins in your pocket, will you throw it? How attentive you will be in spending it. Like that one should spend one's time. And the time spent should be spent with rapt attention. Now let us see some examples of rapt attention. This is the Sutta Goswami now speaking to Shaunaka the Rishis. Because he heard well, he can speak well. Because one who hears with rapt attention, the mind has a tendency to absorb in the knowledge which you heard. But if you hear without rapt attention, it has a superficial effect. Like for example, when I give a lecture sometimes, after lecture I ask the audience, so you can do 3 things in today's class, I tell them. You can either speak a reflection based on something from your life related to my class, what I spoke today, or you can recollect one point from the class, or you can ask a question. And most people don't do any of the 3. They just keep quiet. They hope that somebody else will do that. And they don't do it. I ask them one point from the class. This is only very good class. Very good class. What did you learn? And one thing, at least say what you heard of. Because their mind is preoccupied with something else. That's the greatest misfortune at this age. So, when we hear with rapt attention, the mind absorbs like a sponge. When a sponge dipped in water, just absorbs the message. And what is the beauty of that? When you are going after the class, the real class starts for you. After that, because the vibration starts coming in the mind. It was such a beautiful point. We saw that real video. My God, how he was about to be swallowed by the. But he was mentally enslaved. I am already being swallowed by so many things as well. So let me be protected. So we heard about Sutta Goswami, how he heard classic rapt attention. So these things will keep bringing in our mind. So when things keep arising in our mind, there is a kind of admiration that develops for the message and for the characters of Bhagavatam. and for the lessons they are teaching us. So when that admiration comes, that admiration turns into an appreciation. So admiration is here, appreciation is here. Admiration is the heart, appreciation comes out of the mouth. Then you will want to go and tell somebody, I heard this, I saw this, so Bhagavatam is so nice. So in this way, gradually our life transforms over a period of time as we attentively hear. Now you will find throughout Srimad Bhagavatam many great examples of attentiveness can be shown. Like you will see, this is where Vidura coming back. You will say, I find all the Pandavas are welcoming Vidura, treating him like sannyasi or like a king. When he returned back home to preach to Dhritarashtra, isn't it? When he came. See, directly Yudhishthira Maharaj asked a question to him. You must have gone to Dwaraka, you must have met Krishna. And all the Yadus, Pradyumna, Nivritta, all of them. Please tell me how they are all doing. So Vidura told about meeting with Uddhava, meeting with Maitreya, everything. But one word he didn't talk about Krishna. One word he didn't say about Yadus. Purposefully. Because Krishna and the Yadus, Moksha Lila was over and they had gone back to Godhead. And Vidura thought, he thought that if I tell them this, they are going to loudly cry. That's why he didn't tell. See this verse, I'll show you the verse. Nanva priyam durvishaham. Can you repeat? Nanva priyam durvishaham. Shyam swayam avastikam. Navedayatsa karunam. Dukkhitam drashtum akshama. See, Nanva apriyam durvishaham. He said something that is not a very pleasant news. This is very painful. Durvishaham means deadly. Granam swayam avasitam. Such deadly information has come to be known. We don't have to speak about it. People eventually come to know it. Navedayatsa karuna. Karuna means his heart was filled with sympathy for the Pandavas. Dukkhitan, drashtum akshama. If I tell the news about Krishna going back to Godhead with his Yadu associates, then all Pandavas will roll on the ground and cry loudly, oh, how will we live in this world without Krishna? He could not, drashtum akshama means he could not tolerate seeing their pain. Whose pain? Pandavas. Therefore, he purposefully did not give the news. That means we should be carriers of good news or bad news? Good news. And if you, in case you come to know of a bad news, what you should do it? You should propagate it or not? See here, he says, a compassionate Mahatma Vidura could not stand to see the Pandavas distressed at any time. Therefore, he did not disclose this unpalatable and unbearable incident, because calamities come of their own accord. So he did not disclose it to anybody. For example, you are a senior devotee, you are a mentor of somebody. Your mentee is calling from home and telling, Prabhu or Mataji, I went home. Oh, my uncle was so opposed to this. He showed me so many bad sides about this man. So many problems with this man. Somehow that I came to 8 rounds in all of your association. Now enough is enough now. I am going to leave you. Now, because my relatives are not happy with my Krishna consciousness, I am going away. So don't chase after me, don't call me, I am going to block your number. Like that it comes and says. So you come back, you hear that. Generally what devotees do, because they are not very happy about this, they are disturbed in the mind. They tend to tell a dozen devotees about this. You know that fellow is blue, gone, Gayal. He is not going to come. You will say a dozen devotees, you tell this. Then afterwards, when that person comes back from home, here he is getting frustrated, he is getting kicks from Maya, and is considering to come back to association. At that time, he is calling a devotee, Prabhu, I am thinking of coming. Really? We had already heard that you are good. Actually, all devotees are talking about you, that you are good. A dozen devotees are talking about you. So will you be confident of coming back? So, therefore, such bad news should not be propagated. Like for example, say in one corner you find a cat has passed stool. What will you do? And it is very, very bad. And people are going to come for the program. What you should do? Immediately throw away the stool, throw some water, phenol, clean that place. And when you are cleaning the place, people will come and ask you, what is the matter? What is it? You say, no, nothing, nothing. I was just cleaning. You don't even use the word stool also. Don't say anything. No, I'm just cleaning. On the other hand, if somebody takes a stool and keeps with him and people are coming and asking, what is this? It's all of it. Cat has passed stool. We distribute everybody. And 2 dozen people have to tolerate the nastiest bad. So actually talking bad about a devotee is like that. So the whole idea is one should not unnecessarily. So that goes to show the alertness of Vidura. How alert is. People are asking questions directly about Krishna and Jesus. Still he is not giving answer purposefully. He is talking about everything else. This is the ability to hold confidentiality, which many people have difficulty. Most devotees in this moment have gone away because other people did not hold confidentiality. This is one aspect of alertness. Another aspect of alertness we will talk. The Subramani, when he came out of the water after seeing the 2 fishes mating, he was impelled by lust. He wanted to marry some girl. So he went to the king Mandata in this form. His body was completely worn out, withered away, old man with beard and jata, skinny body, because he has been underwater for a long, long time. Now, which king will want to give his daughter in marriage? Think about it. The king looked up and down. He thought, what kind of man is this fellow? How can I give my daughter in marriage? King didn't want to give her in marriage. At the same time, king was very alert king, an intelligent king. Because he thought this rishi has performed a lot of tapasya. If I say no to him, then he may curse me and my dynasty to be finished. No? So therefore, he didn't want to earn a curse. Very smartly he told them, why will I not give my daughter in marriage to you, my dear rishi? Here is Antapuram. You go there. Whichever my daughter wants to choose you, they can choose you, he said. And Subramani was smart. He also understood. Why is he telling me to go to the daughters to choose? None of the girls are going to choose me. Because I look so ugly and niggardly. So Subramani, by the time he went from the king to the Antapuram, he changed his form. Made a very young looking prince, a beautiful mukut and kundal and all the bracelets and all that. He looked like a young boy, handsome boy. All the 50 daughters started fighting with one another. I will marry this one. So who is smart? Both of them are smart. But Mandata, why I told you this example, Mandata was alert actually. What was he alert to? Alert to not enraging the sage. We should not behave in a way that we enrage our superiors. Another example of similar example is Dharmishta's father, Vishaparva. When he heard that Dharmishta had misbehaved with Devyani and threw her into a dry well, she was not understanding how serious matter it is, picking up Devyani and throwing her in the well. You see, you should never look at a person in this world without looking at his birtha. For example, if I see any guru's disciple, I always see the guru behind them like this. Here the disciple is the guru. If I see Gopashaman's disciple, I will not see only them, I will see the guru also behind with them. You see, Lokanath Swami's disciple, the disciple, and why we should see like that? If you hurt them, they are going to complain to Guru. You will see them. Therefore, we should see them together, Bharta and the candidate both. So we will never see a woman alone. See her with her husband, always. Because if you see a woman alone, you are likely to think of her as an object of enjoyment. If you see the husband, then you see they are together. Similarly, Guru and disciple should be seen together. And that was the alertness and smartness of Vishaparva king. As soon as his daughter said, Papa, do you know, today I went to Riverside. This Devyani is an arrogant girl. I just by mistake took her dress. And she spoke such a harsh words to me. She called me a dog who is entering into a house for stealing the clarified mutton kept for the sacrifice. I became so angry. My father asked her, can I tell you, what did you do? I picked her up and threw her in a dry well. Father said, what have you done? You done a big blunder. Because whose daughter is she? Devyani. Shukracharya's daughter. Shukracharya is such a powerful personality. He can curse our whole kingdom, the whole, me and all the people in the kingdom will lose everything. We will become beggars. If Shukracharya becomes angry. And daughter was not understanding. Why, what Shukracharya? She never thought about Shukracharya. She only was seeing who? Me and Devan, we both have done, that's all. That is actually very short-sighted. Seeing a smaller picture, not seeing a bigger picture. Similarly, those who are preachers, mentors, counselors, leaders, we should develop a broader picture that anybody whom we are dealing with, we should always see them in relation to the shelter they are receiving, whom they are receiving. And if you want to keep them happy, you have to keep their boss happy. It's very important. So what Vishnuprabhu did, he dropped everything and ran to the road. And daughter was not understanding why father is so worried. She also went with him. And the father is a king. Still he is running towards the place of Shukracharya. He is coming like this, Shukracharya and Devyani, they were coming on the road also. Both are coming. And the king fell flat on the ground and caught hold of Shukracharya's feet. And Shukracharya's lips were quivering and whole body was trembling, seething with anger. And he was about to spell out a curse. But if somebody is catching your feet, how can you give curse? I told the king, get up, I want to speak to you. King said, yes, I will get up only after you promise me you won't curse me. So he was firmly catching the feet. So then Shukracharya said, yes, my dear king, you are a very good fellow. I mean, you are respectful to me. I understand. Nevertheless, you tell me, which father in this world can be happy after seeing his daughter cry? See, when woman cries, the man's mind cannot be peaceful. Either your wife or your mother or daughter. And women are emotional. Even brahmacharis, you can ask any brahmachari. Father shouts and mother cries. Out of the two, which is difficult to tackle? Mother's cry is more difficult. Because she will not speak in because she will cry. That's more difficult. Tackle than father shouting like. So the Shukracharya couldn't tolerate his daughter's weeping. So then king said, oh master, tell me whatever you say I will do. He said, I am here, I am your servant. Then Shukracharya could be pacified. So here the king's alertness can be seen. He was so alert that he did not allow Shukracharya to become enraged. Say, and get over also. See, Rahamana the example is just the opposite to Indra and Brihaspati, you see. Indra offended Brihaspati by neglecting and ignoring and not knowing his greatness. Whereas Rahamana, as soon as he saw Jadavarata as an enlightened personality, he got off from his palanquin and fell at his feet. And he told him, Maham Shanki, Swarraja Vajrana, Rakshitulana, Yamasidanta. So he told, I am not afraid of Yama's Danta, Shiva's Trishul, or Varna's Varnapash or anything. But what am I afraid of? He said, Shanki Visham Brahma Kulavamana. He said, I am afraid of offending a Brahmana like you. And then he said, please forgive me. I was ignorant. I became little driven by passion. So I was very alert. That means, one should be alert not to offend great souls. And if one is not alert, then what happened? Indra, he offended Brihaspati. The result is he and his demigod associates all lost all their opulences because of lack of alertness or carelessness. So, careless Indrajimna had to become an elephant in the next life. That's Gajendra. Careless Indra, he lost all his opulences. Careless Bharat Maharaj, he had to experience the life of a deer for one lifetime. So carelessness and inattentiveness leads to great loss of time, loss of opportunity, loss in attaining perfection. And alertness and attentiveness, it can save us from entering great souls, it can save us the opportunity. So now, one another important thing about alertness. There are many examples, if you see like this in the Srimad Bhagavatam, you can get many examples for alertness. But one aspect, I will speak and conclude this talk. Actually, as we grow in our number of years in Krishna consciousness, we pay attention to certain things and we don't pay attention to other things which are more important. We pay attention to less important things and we don't pay attention to more important things. This is called as very wise conspiration. And I tell you what is it. One time my teacher master called many of us senior devotees and he told us that I insist that you fellows, all of you should come together regularly. He said, because you all are big preachers, you are like an apex in a pyramid. Every one of you is a preacher, you have your followers, every one of you is a Shiksha Guru. But it is very important for you to know each other well and come together in peer association, discuss the Shastra together, be like brothers, united, and taking help from one another, and develop a heart-to-heart relationship. And it's very important. So many of them said, but we have services all across the globe, and traveling all over the world here and there. Very, very difficult for us to fix a day to come together. There is time when we were earlier small devotees. We used to go and attend weekly program, but now that we are already preachers. He said, no, you have to find out a way out. So, if you see people who are in our custody. Now, you have a very practical example I give you. Say, your mother and father bird had 5 children, for example. And all those children were expecting the parents to give them food. The parent birds were bringing food, fruits or something. They are feeding. Now the birds grew up. Then they got their wings. They started flying. Then they wanted to make their own nest. And they made their nest. They had their mate. They had their children. Now they all have gone away to 5 different places. Now the parent birds are alone. Mother birds are alone. Now this is the law of nature that as the families grow, people get married. They go to different places. Like girls, for example, they get married and go to the in-laws' house. Now the sons are supposed to be with parents, but they also go to America, London, Australia, Canada, everywhere nowadays. They are also not there. So parents are alone. So in the same manner, in spiritual life also, you will see when a preacher is preaching and bringing people, in the beginning, people are very young. And as they grow, they become senior, they become grown up. And then they start preaching themselves also. And then they go to different places, expanding communities, they become preoccupied. Then mostly they are with their own juniors. They don't get associated with equal devotees. Now what is the problem with this phenomenon? Actually the kind of juice that we can get amongst equal friends, we can never get it from the juniors. Because the juniors are dangerous for us. They will catch our feet and pull us to hell. Always they will call you a pure devotee. And they will make you feel as if you have a halo around your head. Holier than thou. You will feel like that. And we feel the kick also something very nice. Oh, I am being respected so much. It's actually very deadly for us. And our seniors, they are very cultured and well behaved. They may occasionally give us some feedback and they don't know all the time much about us. Unless we give some report about our activities. They are not watching us round the clock. But the equal friends are the ones who are quite often amongst us and they don't fear what you will think when they speak. They can straight away tell what they want to tell you. And they don't have any shyness to tell you, oh, I'm giving feedback. How many of you have seen your equal friends giving feedback without much fear? Correct me? So they are our best friends. They are most important for us. Because seniors also they give measured feedback. They give little. If you have this much problem, they will only tell you this much. Because they don't want to hurt you. They hope and pray that you will change, you will get better. And juniors will never give you feedback. They will only praise you as a pure devotee. So from where you get some good feedback, where you get equals. Equals can tell you right on the face, hey, you can't drama karo. You will ask me directly. Don't do drama. You are doing it. So they can tell you very freely, they can talk to you. And that is very good for us. So for that kind of coming to, for example, Gopinath Acharya and Sarvabhauma Acharya, how are they talking? Will Gopinath Acharya talk to Mahaprabhu like that? You won't talk. You see that. Similarly, you see Nityananda Prabhu and Advaita Acharya Prabhu, how are they talking to each other? A heap of friends. Very intimate friends. You will see that. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Swarup Damodar are very intimate. You will see. Similarly, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Ramananda Raya are very intimate also. Similarly, Sanatana Goswami and Haridas Thakur, they are also friends. So you will see that amongst the friends there is a very jovial relationship. They can encourage each other, they can give feedback to each other, can help one another, they can share the joys and sorrows with each other, they can share each other's experiences. They can talk things to equals which they cannot talk to their juniors. Like for example, you give instruction to juniors. But when you come to the equal friends, you can share your deficiencies and ask them. In these days, my life is becoming super busy. I'm not able to study. How do you get time to study? Or how do you improve your chanting? You increase your quantity, your quality, how do you do it? These kind of things you can talk with equal friends. So, in that connection, a very easy solution is this, that as we expand our preaching, we all have to give commitment to equal association and senior association. And we should make up our mind that without this, I am not just going to go on expanding. I am going to. Now, senior association, somebody may say, I am hearing lectures on YouTube from many seniors. Is that not association? Yes, that is also association. But an association, for example, association means, so the Satchividas Maharaj writes, how he associated with Prabhupada. So he was serving Prabhupada by cooking for him during morning walks. Later on he thought, I am simply cooking here and Prabhupada is taking people for a walk and nice nectar is being exchanged. What am I doing? So then what he did, he made the cooking time separate. And then he also went with Prabhupada to hear from him. And while hearing from him in morning walks, he got thrilled. So much knowledge he learned. So association, he says, means serve and observe, both. Not only you should serve the body of the Vaishnava Bapu by cooking for him, or washing his clothes, or cleaning his room, or transporting him in a car, or whatever, or fetching things what he wants. That is also service. But observing is also important. How he speaks, what are his convictions, how does he deal with tough situations, what is his ecstasy, what he delights in, what he is angry about. So that observing and learning is very important, personally. So, yes, and also he says, another way associated with Vaishnava is serving his instruction that he has given and reporting to him, knowing the importance of accountability. When you are accountable, then you get appreciation. If you are not accountable, the senior doesn't know where are you, what are you doing. So everybody should be accountable. Okay, now I am preaching in this locality, I am putting up a program, first week, second week, third week, this is the way the program is going, these are the people who are coming, and these are serious people, these are slow people who are coming, and any new ideas I can implement here. So accountability helps you to seek help from your senior and show what you have done to the senior and get a pat on the back, and also get corrections in case you need corrections in the way you are doing things. Like somebody's preacher is preaching, he starts singing too many Braja songs. Or sometimes there was one preacher, he was telling 2 years he was conducting only Ramayana in the weekly classes, and there was no Bhagavad Gita or Bhagavad. And after 2 years, one of the devotees brought him to me. Prabhuji is a wonderful preacher. I asked, what do you do? Who are your audience? He said, my audience was all the senior citizens. The youngest audience is 70 years old, he said. And they like Ramayana, Mola Ramayana, I'm reading. And I asked, have you introduced the chanting Hare Krishna? Shh, not now. Slowly, after Ramayana gets over, I am planning to introduce chanting. I said, you have to be alive till then. Already they are able to be 70 to 85. They are 70 to 85 years of age people. And he is only telling Ramayana, he has not told who is Prabhupada. He has not told chanting Hare Krishna. He has not even told his ISKCON also. and they are only reading Ramayana. So I told him, stop this, start with Gita now. Because I'm afraid people will go away. And let them go away. Whoever want to come, they will come. Prabhupada will be upset, I said. Or you do Ramayana 1 week, next week you do Bhagavad Gita, then again Ramayana, Bhagavad Gita. See, unless we are accountable to a superior, we will not know what mistakes are we committing. So we need to be corrected, we need to be appreciated, we need to be guided. So then the relationship between the senior and junior becomes thick also. Then then you can invite the senior. I am doing program every week. Why don't you come once in a month? Why don't you come once in 2 months? You come and see the audience, because you can see from outsider point of view. I am only seeing them as I know them. So in this way, the relationship between junior and senior and the relationship with the peers can be extremely valuable for us in becoming stable, and you will never feel lonely in your life. And if you are not going to follow this, if you are not alert to this, what I am saying now, it's only a matter of time, 2, 3, 4 years, you are going to feel very lonely at the top. You see, I'm in Pune, president of Pune temple, and I'm also an elder. I have no reason to feel lonely because I have dozens and dozens of Vaishnavas with whom I am very close. Not only in India, India and abroad also. If you ask me to make a list, I can give you a list of 100 people whom I am in regular touch with. So, and the frequency of touch may be different. But the more we are in touch with Vaishnavas, surrounded by especially equals and seniors, that will be extremely rewarding, extremely helpful. Especially I am talking about this for those of you who are becoming preachers now. And Lord Vishnu told the Prachetas, Varam Rinitvam Bhadrambo, that verse he says, because you all are Varam Rinitvam Bhadrambo, Yuyam Mendra Parandanaha, Sauhardena Pratak Dharmas, Tushtomam, Sauhrdena, he says, your friendly behavior with each other and all of you executing your service together, that's what is pleasing to me, Lord said. God never said individually you are like a person in a pyramid, you have done a great work. He doesn't say that. Collectively doing devotional service is very pleasing to the God. Because in Bhakti Yoga, the collective practice of devotional service increases the Bhakti Shakti many times, many fold. Dancing together, singing together, and discussing Katha together, like Chelma was sitting with another Pandit, along with Nityananda Prabhu. You have seen that picture? You will see that here. See, this is Gadadhar Pandit sitting with the Bhagavatam and reciting. And his left side there is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Nityananda Prabhu. They both are sitting like this, keeping hand like this. Both are sitting under. See, here at the start of, see, Abhitacharya Prabhu. And Rup Sanatan also. Rup Sanatan. Who is this one? Below. In Prabhupada. See. And this is not an occasional thing, this is a practically everyday thing. Mahaprabhu regularly go. And Mahaprabhu delight hearing Prahlad Charitra, Dhruva Charitra. You should do the same thing in your life. Just come together with devotees and do Bhagavatam study circles in different places. And some circles you can lead, and in other circles you can be with equals. Like I told you, have your own program. So, like for example, I asked Leela Prabhu there in Gachibowli, how do you manage this problem which I am talking about? He said, morning 10 to 1, people do their own programs. Everybody. There are 15 preachers with them. They have their own program in different housing colonies. And evening 5 to 8, everybody comes together. Of course, currently what he does, evening 5 to 8 is like a program for everybody. But eventually I told him that the senior people will have some extra expectation from the evening program. If you give the same Bhagavad Gita in the evening, some seniors are not satisfied sometimes. They sometimes, in the evening programs there are 3 levels of people. The fellows who are taking programs, they have their own program. Then there are fellows who are senior but not taking programs, section notes and initiative. Then the newcomers. Newcomers means upcoming devotees. So it's very difficult to satisfy everybody. You agree? In many ISKCON temples, the Sunday feast satisfied is a flop many times. Because Sunday feast, you make a wholesale program for everybody, satisfying everybody is difficult many times. So then Bhagavatam is kept for the serious devotees. And the Sunday feast is for the newcomers. They do like that. So the idea is, like when I come to Hyderabad, I do a slate program for the preachers and managers and counselors. Slate stands for Servant Leaders Applied Training Education. So that kind of program also brings many equal friends together. They take prasadam together. It's very important. Equal devotees taking prasad together, singing kirtana together, discussing on katha together to one another. Then only you know who they are. Otherwise, we will have become like weak, islands in the ocean. Everybody will get separated. You will feel lonely if you are a small group. So, therefore, I was telling you, be alert to what? I will say in conclusion, but I will not elaborate upon what devotee should be alert about. One thing already I told you, be alert to not losing equal and senior association as you grow in the number of years. Beware of this. And this is where you are going to get shelter. Your real juice and shelter and spiritual life is in senior and equal association. One thing. Another thing, Prabhupada says, those who are men of strong character, they can evade Maya. I'll show you the purport. Prabhupada says, those who are men of strong character. See here what Prabhupada says. The deluding energy or material, this is 1.17.24. 170.24. The deluding energy or material nature can act as Maya Shakti, can act upon the living beings proportionately in terms of the living beings falling prey to the deluding attraction of Maya. That means, to the degree you succumb to Maya, that much Maya can dominate you. You understand? This is not very easy to understand unless you give an example. You see, in Chennai, in those days, I was an engineering first year student, walking in the road. That is somebody made a sound there. So I turned around, I saw a fellow selling some, commodities. It's called Chor Bazaar, they call it. Long pen, one small transistor and baggy pants. So he said, all these three you will get 800 rupees. I looked at it and I said, I thought that maybe later I can buy, not now. So I said, nice, I will come later. No. Second fellow said, hey, once you have touched it, you have to buy it. You cannot just go away. Then I said, what did I do? Just saw it, what it is. Here now I'm giving it back as it is. I'll go and I'll check with my parents. If they allow me to buy, I get back. The third fellow I said, Nikalo paisa. Immediately a current passed in my spine. Not frightened. So then it appeared to me that they'll beat me up if I don't buy. Immediately they gave 800 rupees, purchased it. Then I took home. The transistor calmed down in 3-4 days. And the baggy pants, once I put next day with water and put in water, just got shrunk. And the pen, when I started writing, the refill flew from behind. It went out. None of them are good. It's all cheap commodity. But this fellows cheated me, taking 800 rupees. Now, let us assume that that is Maya there. So Maya is giving me invitation and I am walking on the road. Correct, no? So what was my mistake? Anybody can tell me? I paid attention to that invitation. That was the mistake. That means Maya cannot touch you unless you pay attention. Unless you go towards it. So Maya cannot come and capture you. So Maya can impel you but not compel you. You understand the impelling compelling? Say somebody is selling ice cream in the train. Everybody is buying and eating. So you know it's not good. So can that fellow snatch money from your pocket and give you the ice cream? He cannot do that. So impel you means what? He can show you and allure you. See this, take this. But he cannot put his hand in your pocket. He can't compel you. Correct, no? Similarly, Maya Devi can only impel you. That's what she can do. No? But we should not show. That's what he's saying. The deluding energy or middle nature can act upon the living beings proportionately in terms of the living beings falling prey to the deluding attraction of Maya. We only fall prey, she cannot be blamed. Moths are captivated by the glaring brightness of light and thus they become prey to the fire. Similarly, deluding energy is always captivating conditioned souls to become prey to the fire of delusion. Here comes the secret Prabhuji is going to give you now how to escape. And the Vedic scriptures warn the conditioned souls not to become prey to the delusion but to get rid of it. How to do that? Vedas warn us not to go to darkness of ignorance, but to the progressive path of light. Tamasoma. God Himself also warns that the deluding power of material energy is too powerful to overcome. But that one who completely surrenders unto the Lord can easily do so. What the verse? Daivi Yesha Gunamayi Mama Maya Durartaya Mame Vaye Prapadyante Maya Mekam Taranti. And then Prabhupada says, but to surrender unto the lotus feet of the Lord is also not very easy. And although we know that we have to surrender to Krishna, we have our own difficulties in surrendering. This is the most important sentence Prabhupada is saying here. Such surrender is possible by persons who have cultured transcendental knowledge based on the principles of austerity, cleanliness, mercy, and truthfulness. And then these four principles of advanced civilizations are remarkable civilizations of Yoga. And then here he is going to release the greater secret here, you see here, it says here. Where is that verse? That men are strong character. Here, this is the sentence I told you. Please all repeat this. Such a strong men of character, are competent enough, get away from the clutches of Maya. And once you follow four related principles strictly, you can get away from Maya very easily. And what are the four related principles? No illicit sex, no meat eating, no intoxication, and no gambling. This is the order in which Prabhupada says. First he said no illicit sex. So no illicit means no sex before marriage and no sex outside marriage. And no meat eating, no fish meat or eggs. And no intoxication, no smoking, drinking, drugs and all that. And the last one? Okay. Now for devotees, the second, third, fourth is not a very big deal, but no illicit sex one should strictly follow that. Which means illicit sex is not just a man and woman coming together and uniting or indulging. That's the last thing. But there are 8 things Yajna says. If you those things also one should follow. See here, what do you say Yajna says? Very small. So in Smarana, one should not think of the opposite sex. One should think of Krishna and his service as given by the spiritual master. Memorize favorite passages or verses from Shastra. Think of them instead of thinking of the opposite sex. Then he says, Kirtana, one should not talk of sex life. Prajalpa. Instead, one should talk of Krishna and discuss one's realizations with one's friends. Another reward, practice gravity. Don't talk useless talks through WhatsApp or whatever. And Keli, don't play or dally with opposite sex. Even if it is a service to deal with them, try to minimize it. Abhyartha kalata. So to keep our mind clean, one should not mix with the opposite sex for the sake of enjoyment, but for service. And then prekshanam, don't look lustfully at the opposite sex. Focus your eyes or remember on your favorite deity form of the Lord. That's opposite, correct? Beauty of Krishna. Then Bhashanam, don't talk intimately with the opposite sex in a secluded place, alone. No man and woman should talk alone, even if they are devotees. They should not talk alone with one another. Make strong friendships with other devotees or offer your choice prayerful words to the deity. Actually, with deity we should do puja bhakti, secretly. Between us and Krishna there is and Krishna's deity is a beautiful form of the Lord. If you stare at him for 1 hour also, he is not going to be upset with you. Imagine I stare at one of you. For 5 minutes, you will ask him, who is the people will get disturbed in this world. But deity is standing there so that we can stare at him. And Sankalpa means don't decide to engage in sexual intercourse. Make sure you get proper counseling with the senior devotee. you have implicit trust in. If you have fallen into this state of mind, thinking, feeling, and adhyavasayas means don't endeavor for such life. Endeavor to improve or get better devotee association than you have now. Actually, one can endeavor for more and more association of devotees, not more and more association of opposite sex. So, Kriya don't against it, doing it has more trouble in store for your health and otherwise than everything. Control the senses, mind, activities, devotional service. And one executes real brahmacharya when all his activities come to a halt. Sridhar Swami says that. So there is a Naishtika brahmachari, there is a Grihastha brahmachari. So there are two types of brahmacharis. So those who are Grihasthas, if they follow these 8 principles very strictly, they also become very, very powerful, very careful and attentive, alert about these things. Then such strong women and men of character, they are competent enough to get away from the clutches of Maya. Maya is not very easy to overcome, and surrender to Krishna takes time. So on the way to surrender to Krishna, you can keep away from Maya. Okay? So, how to correct our younger devotees when they do mistakes without offending them? Very good question. So I have a seminar called Correcting Without Hurting. So one of the ways to correct the younger devotees is, first we have to build a relationship with them by being kind to them, compassionate to them, appreciating them for their services, encouraging them, and taking note of the small good deeds, and also they have their birthday or something, you appreciate them, remember them, give them a gift. So our relationship with others works exactly like a bank account. We call it the emotional bank account. For example, on a birthday you send a small card, then you put 500 count. And then they did some surveys in a public assembly in the child. You are so nice, you are accepting yourself, you did some you serve everybody and then you get results. And every time you correct, then the minus count. And you tell, hey Prabhu, Mataji, don't do like this. Minus 500. Minus 1000. So sometimes what happens, your plus account is only 2000 and minus is 3000. You minus 3000. Then minus 1000 becomes they don't want to look at you also. So it's very easy to understand this principle. Application may take time. Basically, our relationship with others works very similarly to a bank account. So, which means we cannot correct them unless we have invested in them some time in them. Like Pune, they would go to the council's house every Wednesday and Friday, I think 2 days in a week, to one council's house. You just go to their house, ask about the wife, children, you meet them, spend some couple of hours, 2-3 hours with them. Once or twice a year, they go to every council's house. Like that. And that is very, very powerful because when you spend some time with the family and they know you, you know them, and they feel the shelter very strongly. Then when you give them correction, they take it also. Because they feel that these are like my parents. My parents are our well-wishers. And also correction, when we give, it should be minimal. We should not talk about the mistake for a long time. We should find it out. And then immediately we should also plus minus plus appreciate, find the mistake, again appreciate. And tell them that this is a small thing. You don't have to become, you are very intelligent. I know you will catch it and you will follow it well. That's all. Because nobody in this world likes to be corrected so easily. It's a very big subject. I can keep this subject for next time when I come. Like I spoke on alertness today. I will speak next time on this. So one alertness I said in the beginning is not to enrage the superiors. And another alertness I showed you the ears example and also attentive hearing in the Bhagavatam class I said it. And another alertness I said is while serving Guru, serve and observe and one should know that one should how to take advantage of Guru's position. Then I also told you alertness about not being penny wise pounds foolish, which means equal and senior association is very important. And not just all the time hanging out with juniors. That was one thing I said. And In this way, we talked about various aspects of alertness today. And by being, and I gave you many examples of people who are not alert, like Bharat Maharaj, Indra, careless, Indra Raja became Gajendra, lack of alertness, carelessness or something. So careless means we are unnecessarily prolonging our term in material world. Alert and attentive means, therefore we say, Kintu Adara Anadinam Prasaiva. Great respect over the name as the chant. Also Bandhamoi Avadhana Mate. One or two careless and serving great souls. So today I focus on that topic. Next time when I come, I can focus on this. Correcting without hurting with scriptural examples. Okay.
How to find equal?
Your mic. That's fine.
How to find equal friends?
Good question. Who is an equal friend? Equal friend doesn't mean who exactly came to Krishna consciousness in the same year as you. That's what we tend to think like that. Actually, when you grow after 6 to 7 years, when you come to the 7th or 8th year, that is the time you need the peers most. Before that, you need seniors most. Actually, below 7-8 years, if you go with equal friends, that can be very damaging sometimes. Say, for example, you say, how did this chatting is very difficult nowadays? And your friend also says, yes, for me also. And both will say, both of us will run away. But after 7-8 years, when you become a stable devotee, then equal association is very important, peer association. So, now who is the equal devotee? Like if you see Ramachandra Sangamage, so Narottama Das is seeking association of Ramachandra, who is actually disciple of Srinivasa Acharya. So Srinivasa Acharya, Narottama Das are here, Ramachandra is here, Srinivasa is disciple. But this is where he finds this friendly association. Like that. So, in the same manner, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu finds a friend in Ramanandra. Ramanandra thinks I am his disciple. Whereas Mahaprabhu treats him like a friend. Same with Sanatana Goswami. Mahaprabhu treats him like a friend. He was the spiritual master of the whole world. Mahaprabhu has a little formal and respectful relation towards Sanatana Goswami. On the other hand, he has a very jovial relationship with Jagadananda Pandit. Different type of transcendental humors arise in our life with different people. So, sometimes the number of years may be more, say, one came in this year and one came in this year. But they feel a kind of friendly connection. That is, the individuals, based on 3 principles, Sajatiya, Snigdha, Swadovara, we call it. Maybe one of the topic, if you remember this, one topic is correcting without hurting. Another topic is peer association. I will speak on that another time. So, because that will also take some time to explain the Sajatiya, Snigdha, Swadovara, how to identify who fits in this category. As we move around in our Krishna conscious movement with the various people, the relationships awaken. Some relationships are superficial, some relationships are little strong. Like you can put your picture in the middle and put a circle around it. And then put a second circle, put a third circle, put a fourth circle. Some people who are in the inside circle with you are those whom you regularly meet. And amongst those whom you regularly meet, some are very fond of you and they like to spend time with you. They invite you to their house, and you invite them to your house and you take prasad together. As soon as lecture is over, whom are the people whom you want to sit with during prasad and talk? It's called grapevine, we call it in management field. Grapevine means what? 100 people in a hall. They come lecture is over and take prasad. On their own they form groups, you've seen that? That's called grapevine. Grapevine means a great bunch of grapes. They form bunches. So that is not dictated by any manager. Manager, you can take prasad wherever you want. So the connection is from the heart. So they are the innermost circle people with whom you naturally connect with. And then some people are ready to give you a time and they want to meet you and talk to you, but you have no time. So if you have neglected some friends, then take out some time for them, and that is how the relationship will form thick bonds. Like Krishna Sudama went to bring forest firewood together. They went. Similarly, we should take our time and connect with friends. And Krishna is giving Sudama later on also when he came to meet him in Dwarka Palace. He spent time with him for a week. Also he was king of Dwarka. Correct. So giving time doesn't mean doing prajalpa wasting time. We should keep Bhagavatam in the center. We should discuss Bhagavatam and that is another great science, how the relationship becomes thicker. It begins with the study of the Bhagavatam, then it leads to the opening of the heart and asking questions, and then opening of the heart and bringing out one's deficiencies and trying to find ways how we can surpass them. And then with this way the relationship becomes thicker and thicker over a period of time. We will talk about that another time, on peer association. We will talk about it. So, finding my Krishna was once telling about friendships. He said it may take 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 years also to become true and thick friendship for experiencing. But it is possible for us to have a reasonable amount of nice friendship with some Vaishnavas if we regularly meet. What I did in Pune, we have a Vrinda group, we call it. We have about 80 brahmacharis in that. Not only Pune. Pune is about 70, 80. And outside Pune and India, there are another 40, 50. So like about 100, 120 people will be there. So we all come together monthly once for 2 hours. I bring them under one platform. Like tomorrow morning I have a couple of hours. I told them to form groups themselves on their own. So they all form groups, not that they belong to the same temple, different temples. So they form groups of minimum 5, maximum 8 people. 8, they formed them. Then they started a reading group, daily reading half an hour or 1 hour Bhagavatam together, online. They read together. They have become thickest of friends just in the last 3 years. In fact, they take out time to visit those temples and they also take them to holy places around the temple. And they are feeling so much stability in spiritual life, security in spiritual life, joy. I don't have to tell them like all the time they come to me for problems. They help one another. Sometimes they go together to Melukottai or Srirangam together. Not only we take juniors for yatra, we can go equal friends also can go for yatra. Go and take bath in a holy river together, take darshan, sit together in Saturday and chant japa. So they were telling this is more joyful than taking juniors for yatra also. Because equal friends are also advanced. When you meet with advanced devotees and discuss that, it's far more joyful than only answering, than only enlightening people who are inadequate. But that's a very great science. So I have 2 groups. One is possible. This group is a Brahmachari leaders inspiring spiritual Sangha, we call it. That is president, vice president level, very senior people. And the Vrinda is a HOD level, head of department. So for both the groups, I told them to form circles like this. And each circle will have one devotee called as AC, we call. AC stands for Accountability Coordinator. Who will choose? They will only choose. And that is equal friend. And to him they show sadhana card. And that fellow is the most jovial fellow loved by everybody in the group. Non-threatening fellow. So he will be the leader of the group. So group is chosen. It is present with them, and I have made 2-3 pages of what is the meaning of AC. So that fellow will tell me, Prabhu, in my group this fellow is not listening. Don't have to worry about sadhana card and all. So if they only locally take care of each group. This is peer association. So that is, we can talk another time only on peer association. One time on correcting. Getting late now. Yeah.